Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently working on getting a little bit more road build done over here, right? No, we actually finished all of that roading. Perfect. We are letting our aggressive expansion drop a little bit further at this moment, and then we need to think about who we want to fight next, and I'm leaning towards Macedon. I would definitely like to take over their Anatolian territory. There are a few other options, of course. We've got, like, these guys here. They're a tribal vassal of Armenia, so that's how we would go about taking them out. Okay, that's fine. For the moment, I just want to let these guys regenerate, and I want to let our aggressive expansion continue to drop at least below 10. We could definitely think about further expansion. No doubt about that. Now, what do we manage to get done as far as our territory activities? Okay, this is going up. We need this to be upgraded. So that's fine. And then what do we determine needed additional city upgrades? I think that was it, right? Yeah, there's a city here. I think maybe this needed one. Yeah, that did. Okay, noted. That seems fine for the moment. We've got lots and lots of cities down this way that need some work. We currently have a foundry here, as well as a smattering of other buildings. Let's get rid of the city districts here and this academy. Put in a trio of mills, 2 slave traders, and a tavern for now. So that city looks good for the moment. We've then got Naga out over here. Okay. So I'm looking at our amount of religious conversion that we've done here, 82% at this time. So we could definitely make the argument that this great temple isn't needed. I'm going to keep it for the moment, and we can certainly get rid of these 2 shrines. No doubt about that. Let's get a couple of mills going here, and then some slave traders, and then some taverns. Perfect. So now we've got the good old Madud down here. Madud. That's just one of those kind of ironically funny names. It's definitely not intended to be funny, but it kind of is for, like, modern English speakers specifically. Okay, well, we produce grain here, so that's a really good thing to produce. We definitely want to get rid of the conscription camp, and the forum is fine, probably. Let's get the mill going here, or rather the foundry, and we absolutely do want to get mills in here. That'll be very, very important. And then we want to get some slave traders going. Eventually. There we go. And then taverns. So we're going to be up to 12 of 13, and then we can put in a forum. So that sounds great. Just waiting for the month tick here. Eventually it will happen. There we go. So tavern and forum. Excellent. Now, we've got Buffalil here. So we've got a court of law there right now. We can certainly get rid of that. We have some starving pops in a lot of places, actually. From units resupplying in province. Okay, so that's the issue here. We should probably move these guys temporarily up over here so that this can replenish. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to move up over here, and these guys are going to start looting from here. Okay, coming of the city down over here. Excellent. So this is precious metals. Absolutely, we put in a foundry here. There was never, ever any doubt about that. Let's get a couple of mills going. This is obviously going to become a slave city, so that'll be fine. Excellent. And then we'll put in a slave trader. In fact, we'll put in 2. And then I'm just thinking, let's see. We're going to be able to build 1 forum here. Sure, that seems fine. We're going to get this done quite soon, so that is absolutely wonderful. There we go. And then we can build our 3 taverns, and on the next month tick, we'll get this forum done. Seems perfect. No problem here. We are very, very happy to see these buildings all coming in. These cities are going to get developed, and we're going to start seeing some tremendous prosperity from all of this. So did we finish Madud? We did finish Madud. It was this that we didn't finish. Right. So we've got a court of law here right now. I would like to get rid of that. Okay, those guys collapsed. Sure. I'd like to get rid of that. And what are we low on food here? All of those are gaining food. Okay, that's not really a problem. We're no longer importing a bunch of stuff. And this is too disloyal to build it. So we can't actually do anything in Bafalil at this point, unfortunately. I wish that we could. But alas, that is not a thing. So earthenware here. I guess that's fine. We can definitely get that developed up. We're already at 9 of 13. We don't have a freeman district here. We can get rid of these 2 courts of law and then put in a slave trader here, and then our 3 taverns. Perfect. And then 2 forums is the way that that's going to end up going. So we'll get that done as soon as we can, which is right on this month tick. So right now. There we go. And then down this way, this one is already reasonably well developed. All we need here is a freeman district and then a tax office. So that looks good. Looks like we've already done some work down this way. And at this point, we can come down here. This is undeveloped. Okay. We could also come up this direction and start working here. This is partially developed. Okay. So we'd get rid of the Court of Law, get rid of the 2 shrines, and the other buildings are fine. We would get 3 mills going here, and then we would get a slave trader. We'd need to wait for the other 2, but we can get both of those now. There we go. And then 3 taverns, and we'd need 2 forums. Yeah, that's what we'd need. I'm not sure if we'd have enough on this month kick. It might be enough. That would be great if it was. Yeah, just barely enough. Excellent. So that looks good. And then we come down like here or here. All of these are going to need significant development. So this is grain, and we would love to produce more grain. More grain is absolutely phenomenal. So we get a foundry going here for sure. I really wish that we could develop this city. Unfortunately, we just can't right now. Eventually we'll get there, but I guess it's fine. So down this way, of course, we're going to want to put in mills, and that will be magnificent. There we go. We'll get 2 of those, and then slave traders are going to go in here as well. We're back up to 400 gold per month, so that is phenomenal. And we can see our aggressive expansion is definitely dropping a lot. However, we have enough to get another city upgrading, and we know that we needed one up in this state, right? So let's get that upgraded. Phenomenal. We'll get that underway. Beautiful. So back down in Amara, we're going to need to get a pair of slave traders and 3 taverns. We only had enough money for 2, unfortunately. And we're down to 15 aggressive expansion at this point. So that's not bad. We're definitely making progress on that. Okay, so we'll get this additional tavern and 2 forums. Perfect. So now down in Senar, we produce sheep here, or livestock. I mean, that's not bad. We can definitely forge up some new livestock in our foundry. I will never tire of that joke. It is ridiculous that that's the way it works, but it's absolutely the way that that works. So we'll get a foundry going. And we'll get a couple of additional mills here, but we need gold for that. So gold is definitely our primary limiting factor, but as all of this gets developed, that's going to change. And by that, I mean we're going to continue to make more and more gold all the time. So that will be a good thing. We're up to 4 out of 13 here. Excellent. And then we'd want to put in our slave traders, of course. So we'll get those all queued up for now. And I'd like to get all of Africa done this episode. I don't know if that's a viable thing. That kind of depends on how much gold we get coming in and how early we decide to go to war. Because that's also a concern here, right? We do eventually want to go to war. But for now, I'm quite content with just building up these cities and getting that all going. This is going to be an incredible amount of power that we're going to get out of this. So that's wonderful. Okay, so Erascum just became a city. We're going to want to develop this. This produces glass. I'm thinking research city. Yeah, I'm thinking research city here. So we'd build our 3 noble districts, and then we would need to build our 3 citizen districts. We did just lose our Rob Shamrim, which I would like to replace with this guy. He's the most qualified. We have no... Ooh, minor addendum. I want the political influence. I'm not going to take that this time. I really, really want to take it, but we're just not in a position to do that. Okay, now we have a scorned family, and that was the governor of Mesopotamia. Okay, I guess this guy will do. So back down over here, I want to put in 3 citizen districts. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to get in 3 courts of law. Perfect. The territory of Gebtu. Where is this? This is a fairly undeveloped city here that we, I guess, missed. Or this area was previously... This city, I think we missed. This area was previously disloyal, but it's no longer disloyal. So that is noted. We need to do a lot of work there. So what would we like to have here? Well, we do produce vegetables. So a granary would be not necessarily the biggest of deals because that doesn't improve our production. Or we could just take the gold, which is what I'm going to do. So that'll be fine for now. And you can see in a lot of these locations, we have an open building slot because we'll need to come back through these. These cities are not done when we finish up this queuing. No doubt about that. They are definitely not done. But we produce vegetables here, so building a foundry would be great. Just waiting on gold for that. Okay, and did we finish up here? No, we didn't. We're going to need a pair of academies here. So let's get that done for now. Eventually we'll get there. But we need gold for the moment. So that'll all be fine. We'll produce some additional research here, and this will finish up now. Our religious advances have advanced. Okay, so we probably want to grab Supernuminarii at this point, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that'll be fine for the moment. Okay, and then back up over here, we're going to want to develop Gebtu a little bit. So we've currently got a shrine here. We can get rid of that, and we're going to put in mills. We do have starving pops down this way. Okay, so we have a lack of food here right now, and we're currently importing livestock. We can cancel that, and we can instead import grain, which will be absolutely wonderful. So we'll get that going, and I'm not sure if that actually counted this month or not. It may have. We'll come back to it, and we'll check on that in a bit. So yeah, we'll see if that's going. For now, let's get our mills going here and some slave traders. Okay, and let's get another one going, as well as our taverns. And then we can get 2 forums, but we don't quite have enough money to get the second forum. There are 4 cities to develop out over here as well. So that's all going to require work. Understood. We're just working on keeping our money spent down for right now. And then we've got this city here. It produces cloth. Okay. I'm going to make this be a research city, although we probably don't need one right now, but it does produce cloth, and the rest of these do not. So I think that's reasonably fine. We'll get a couple of citizen districts going in here. And I think the cost of a research city and a slave city is about the same. Right, this is another one that was low provincial loyalty, and we could not develop at the time. 18 gold for 6 stability is a good deal, and I'm going to take that. Okay, these are all gaining food. We do have some provinces that are going to be disloyal eventually, which is not at all surprising. Okay, so let's grab, at this point, our citizen district, and then we're going to need some courts of law. So this will all get built up eventually, and we'll get some extra building slots from civilization value as well. And then we can put in an academy or 2. There we go. That is now maxed out. So we've got this city here, and then these 2 as well to do in this area. So this produces horses. 5 stability or 1,000 gold in exchange for 5 stability. I'm going to take that, actually. We can put in a foundry immediately here. And we did lose our moray, so let's get another one of those going. No scorn family, so this guy will do. And we want to get some mills going here, and I want to get rid of this conscript camp. Slave traders and a pair of taverns. So that city is good to go for now. This is already reasonably set up as a research city, but it produces stone, so we don't actually want that. We're going to get rid of all of this nonsense. There we go. And we'll start up a foundry here. A trio of mills. And at this point, we are, of course, needing cash. So this is going to take us up to 7, 10, so we're going to be able to build 3 forums. Sure. So there's our 3 slave traders. On the next month tick, we'll get our 3 taverns. I don't want to spend a bunch of money about this. What of it? So let's get a tavern in here, and on this next month tick, we'll get 2 more queued up. Right about now. There we go. And that also gets us a pair of forums. We still need 1 more month tick for 1 more forum. And this produces earthenware here. Okay. Noted. So that seems fine. Akik is going to be developed very soon here. So we'll definitely keep that in mind. And we are down to 11.88 aggressive expansion right now. I'm fairly comfortable with where we are. Ooh, a breakthrough. Fantastic. So that's going to give us standardized provisioning, and we'll just continue to work our way down here. That won't take too long. All of that will be absolutely fantastic to have. So let's get a forum going here, and here we produce earthenware, so, I mean, we're pretty much just going to make this be a foundry. So let's build our mills. I want to check in on our economy here. Our fort maintenance is up. We can turn that down and make a tiny amount of additional cash, but it's not going to be much. Now we have pop starving out over here. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this date route, and we're going to replace that with a grain route. And that will probably solve that problem. Okay. So we're going to have Akik finishing up soon. That is down here. We will handle that after we get Senate finished. I do want to get our slave traders in here. There we go. We're lacking 1 gold. Okay. Sad. So there's Akik becoming a city. That is fully expected. And we're going to make a slave trader down here right now, as well as 3 taverns, a military restructuring. No. This guy's going to lose some loyalty, but that's fine. He has to include all officers. So now we're going to get a forum built there, and that finishes that up. Let's head down to Akik, and here we produce wild game, which is truly mediocre, but that is fine. We'll build a foundry here. It's okay. We do need a Rob Arakut, and that would be like this guy. That seems fine. We have pop starving up over here now. Food is growing here, so that shouldn't be an issue. This here is maybe... food is growing here too. It's a Laki that's the actual problem. So that is this province here. -2, and is this the one that we just... Okay, we're currently importing fish. Let's cancel that. That's only 3 food. And let's instead import grain, which is going to be 6 food. Twice as much food coming in, and that will put us positive. So that looks great. Yeah, so that seems fine. We do have a colonizable province here, which we should get going on. We'll definitely do that. And then back down in... Where was Akik? Here it is. Back down in Akik, let's grab 3 mills here. I think this little detour up here means we're definitely not finishing all of this today, but we'll get there soon enough. Okay, so we do need a new governor in Cappadocia, and we should definitely put in... Honestly, you'll do. Cool. So that looks fine. Checking in on that food, they're all growing, so that is good. And we can, of course, put in our 3 slave traders here, as well as a single tavern. We'll get the other 1 going shortly. There's only 1 that we can put in here due to our building slots, which is fine. Okay, so back down over here. We were working on Sonar, which is now done. Excellent. And this produces sheep as well? Okay. That seems fine. So we're going to get a foundry going here right now. There we go. And we'll get some additional mills in here. There we go. That's only 2. We can't quite afford a 3rd. Well, we'll have to wait for some gold. That is fine. And of course, we'll just continue working our way out over this way. We definitely have a lot of cities to continue to develop. No doubt about that. But I'm not planning on completely staying idle in terms of our aggressive expansion for too much longer. We're down to about 10 aggressive expansion at this point. We don't want that to hit 0. So we're going to go back to war fairly soon, but not this episode. It's going to be like a next episode sort of thing. Definitely. So that'll be fine. We're going to put in a pair of forums here as soon as we get our month tick. Getting all of this investment done at this stage is very useful for us. Because as these cities develop, they're going to become insane. And we have so many of them. And a lot of these are going to have additional buildings that we can put into them. But for now, this will do. So we've got 3 forums and a tavern here already. We produce earthenware, so that's a pretty decent setup. We can just put in a foundry and then make the slave side of this be correctly set up. But otherwise, this seems fine. Have we developed this city? Yes, broadly. Okay. Just wanted to check that. So we can put in our 3rd mill here. And then, of course, we're going to put in our slave traders. On the next month tick, we'll be able to get another one of those and a tavern, which is going to max us out here for now. But we're going to get more from our civilization value and from our pop growth. So that looks good. Now I want to check up here. This is at 21. Okay, so that still can't be developed. That's understood. We're going to be able to make our way through these very quickly in maintenance mode. So once we get these set up the first time, it's going to be much easier to get buildings queued up. We just have to get this first round done, right? So that is going to be the large outlay of cash. Do we have a city down here? We do not. So we should upgrade this. This produces ebony. Sure. That seems fine. So this city is, of course, done. This city we can upgrade just like that. No problem there. And then we can start putting in mills here. And that looks great. 500 manpower? I really don't care. I don't care about a conscription camp either. We'll take the manpower, but it doesn't help us. Okay, how's that food looking? Food is actually looking very solid right now. Everything is gaining in food. So that looks good. We'll get in 3 slave traders here and a tavern. We're still going to need a couple of additional taverns and all 3 forums. So that might take an additional month tick. Actually, it will. That'll take a month tick beyond this next one. You know what? I want 10% of that. Cool, we'll take that gold. That might get us through this without a month tick. Nope, it does not. Okay. Well, we would need a little bit more gold, but that is fine. So we're definitely down below 10 aggressive expansion here. I think we're going to be absolutely looking to get some expansion going soon. Let's put in a forum here, and that finishes up this region. Of course, we're done here for now, and this does not have a city at this time. So we've got a Guli down over here. We're starting to get into some areas where we've probably done some work already. Let's see here. There's a city here and here. Okay. There's definitely a number of cities around here. So we've got this one here. This produces earthenware. We can definitely get to work on that. But it is about time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to make our way down this way and get this all finished up. Once that's done, we can call all of Africa approximately started. We're going to have a few locations that we weren't able to start at that time like this. But by and large, all of Africa will be good to go. Arabia, we know that we've pretty much already dealt with. There are some areas up this direction that are going to need some work, but we can get to that. And this out over here should pretty much all be started as well. So we're getting much, much closer at this point to getting all of our cities into a started state. They're not finished, because if we go back into these, we can see, like, this one, actually, we didn't have the loyalty to do. But if we go up over, like, here, for example, 12 of 14, we're going to need more here, and that was always going to be the case because of civilization value. But that's fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.